Good afternoon. Hello, hello, hello. It's been a journey. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Raphael. I am an astrologer, tarot reader, numerologist, and energy worker. Try saying that 5 times when you've had a few. And I use all of these call for to basically bring you all of the messages that I do. Whenever I'm talking about astrology, I am talking about whole sign tropical Western astrology for those of you that would like to know. And for those of you that are new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose, and this resonates, hit that subscribe button. As you can probably tell, we are here to talk about Lady Venus, right, in all of her glory. Venus is basically at the tail end at this moment in time of Sagittarius. And I'm really sorry, guys. I'm going to have to keep it short today because there's a few other things going on behind the camera in preparation for things that you guys have asked me for, and also for trying to get other housekeeping and God knows what else to do. So with that said, it will be a short one today, but it will be here. All right, so thank you for your patience. Thank you for being here. Um, oh, what are you doing? Come on. Where is it? Yeah, so with that said, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help us all on our paths to our highest vibrational good. Hello, hello, hello. Laurel Berg, Paul Grissamacher, good to see you, brother. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hi, Christina. Hi, Rachel. Laurel Berg, my Aquarian sister. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oliver Twisted, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Good to see you. Um, I don't know about anybody else, and it's really funny because I actually had a message from somebody this morning that I woke up to, um, that kind of tells me that this is the case. I don't know about everybody else, but those manifestations are coming in hard, fast, and hot right now. I don't know if it's just me. I don't know if it's just the people that I've been working with, but I don't know. You guys are going to have to let me know in the comments. As I say, I'm going to have to keep it succinct today. I hope you are having a fantastic day, and I really hope that you have a wonderful weekend. Asleep by nine. Hello, hello, hello. RR77. Hello, hello, hello. Hippie chick. Good to see you, lovely. I hope you are okay. All right. So obviously we're here to talk about Venus. Venus. That is from the titular song by Zara Larsson called Venus. Um, isn't it interesting? I talked about this a few weeks ago, right? How interesting it is that there's so many songs named Venus, and Venus is like the siren of the zodiac. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen straight away today. Oh, well, thank you very much, Asleep by Nine. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Compliments go a very long way, and I feel good. That's my Leo ascendant is purring like a kitten now. All right, so let's have a look. We've got Lady Venus, who is currently at 27 degrees of Sagittarius. So she's come out of the opposition to Jupiter. So I don't know about anybody else, but the way that I experienced that opposition, I mean, I already have a sweet tooth anyway, but Venus and Jupiter, whenever they get together, like if you don't watch it, it can really, like if you've got a sweet tooth, or even if you haven't got a sweet tooth, it can really sort of push you towards that. So she's come out of that opposition. She's out of really, truthfully, the trine to Chiron. Um, oh wow, Laurel, that would be lovely. Thank you so much. Um, and at the moment, she's coming into that square to Neptune. So I talked about this last week about getting swept up in the moment. So just watch out for that. Keep your wits about you. I mean, have fun, have a blast, talk, flirt, booze, schmooze. Do all of it. That's, a part of what life is for. Venus is the sensual experience. Just because it is a square to Neptune from, and funnily enough, Both Neptune and Venus are in Jupiter-ruled signs, right? Jupiter rules Pisces, Jupiter also rules Sagittarius. Certainly in terms of the ancient astrology anyway, Jupiter is the ruler of Pisces. So a lot of these energies, right? And we've got Jupiter in the sign of communication retrograde. So there is a chance for a misunderstanding here, or to have a what's the word? Just to get really swept up in it and maybe you lose your head or lose your cool. Which, if you can't say that you've lived or that you're human if you haven't done that a few times in life, right? It is what it is. Okay, so with that said, Watkins says, I don't have a sweet tooth, but I want a good steak tooth. Excellent, excellent. Yeah, I don't know, man, but the food, it's just like really this last week it's been probably worse than it has been for a while. And not like it wasn't like a binging or anything like that. It was just like a consistent stream of munching. I don't know what the hell. All right, so despite your warning, sometimes peeps be causing you to explode. Dude, part of life, right? It gets us, you know how it is. But well done for recognizing it. Okay, so as we come into the weekend, Venus is going to continue through to that. She's going to come exact in that square as of tomorrow, as of Saturday. And then as we come into the into Sunday, she's going to move through the sign, move through the square. And then as we come into Tuesday, Venus comes into Capricorn. This is a decidedly very different, very different Venus, right? First of all, she's coming into a sign that she understands because Capricorn is an earth sign. So the grunge girl with the flicks at the corner of her eye and her makeup and that beats up all the boys, but then shocks you once in a while and looks amazing in a dress and has a paintbrush holding her hair up, like that party girl Venus with the bong in her bag and tarot cards in her pocket. She's kind of come into her, she's a mature Venus now. She comes into the dutiful sign of Capricorn. Capricorn is about rules, regulation, structure. It really is a sign that tends towards doing what needs to be done and doing it with a pep in your dutiful step, right? Capricorn is a decidedly very different energy to Sagittarius. And in response to that energy, right, fire is boundless and free and fun and juicy and all of that kind of stuff. And Capricorn is a bit more stoic. It's a bit more rigid. It's a bit more regulated. It's a bit more self-regulated. It's a lot more focused on what comes next. And more importantly, what are the steps that need to be taken in order to get to what comes next. So there's a real focus with Venus Venus in Capricorn. There's a real focus here on harmonizing and making more diplomatic, or this is kind of like the spoonful of sugar, right? If you've seen Mary Poppins, it's just a spoonful of sugar. That's Venus in Capricorn, right? Venus is the sweetening energy. She lightens wherever she goes, whatever she touches. So you want to think about the house that is occupied by Capricorn for you. Get at me in the comments right now and let me know what house does Venus, what house. Ah, I have been a klutz this morning. I have been struggling to get my bloody words out properly this morning. I've banged my hands and particularly my upper limbs on just about everything in the house this morning. Uh, Anywho, uh, wherever the house is that Capricorn rules for you, what house is this, right? So wherever Venus goes, she's going to bring blessings there. We know Venus as the lesser benefic. Venus is the energy of sweetness, of light, of talent, of diplomacy. She brings an artistic flair wherever it is that she goes. Venus helps us shine. Venus is a very bright star in the sky, right? Whether she's the morning star or the evening star, Venus helps us shine. She helps our innate talents come to the fore. She makes us that much more attractive to other people in some way, shape, or form. This is where you can put that charm offensive on. This is where you're getting to shine a little bit more. So in your second house, this might be somebody giving you a gift. It might be a little bonus to your resources that come in. In your ninth house, maybe, just maybe, if you put something out on social media, it does really well or it gets a lot of traction. In your fourth house, this is going to really, I mean, for UK, you're probably going to, over the next sort of 4 weeks, you're probably going to be really focused on cleaning the house, making it look good, fluffing up the pillows, making sure that you've got like, do you know what I mean? Like just really luxurializing the home. I don't even know if that's a word, but I made it up off the top of my head. So go me. The second house Capricorn. So again, lots of focus on the finances, but it's the sweeter aspects of this. Now, one thing that I will say to you, Venus is an energy of sweet things, chocolates, cakes, all of that kind of stuff. She loves all of that, right? Think of the Empress in Tarot, that beautiful, lush, vibrant, fecund energy. What I will say to you is when Venus moves through your second house, even if you haven't got a sweet tooth, she can absolutely bring you one. All right. So just be mindful of that. Over the next 4 weeks, you might just notice, like, why am I craving sugar all of a sudden? Or why do I want extra sweet things? Or why do I want, that extra piece of chocolate cake or whatever? All of that stuff, Venus in the second. So for those of you that have so Liliana, we're talking about where Capricorn is in your chart at the moment, not your natal Venus, lovely. So and Mackenzie, yeah, we're not talking about natal placements. We're talking about where Capricorn it resides in your chart. So if you have Virgo in your sixth house, that means that your Capricorn is your fifth house. So, oh, red velvet cupcakes, get in my belly. Oh, yeah, bring me one of those. Like, so for me personally, Venus is the sixth house. So, sixth house is going to be, the physical health and vitality. There might be a bigger focus on those things for me, which there absolutely will. It could also be bringing an ease to your work. If you found that your day-to-day work has just been an absolute slog and you just haven't, first of all, obviously Pluto has been back into the sign. I know I haven't mentioned that yet, but there's a reason. But Venus coming into the sign of Capricorn at the other end of it is bringing a sweetness and a lightness to that Capricorn space in your chart. So wherever that Pluto has been, really bringing the intensity. And I tell you, work has felt like that. Not with like my clients, but just with the sheer volume of things I've had to do. I've been like, damn. Do you know what I mean? Like, I get like one to-do list done, and I'm like, yeah, I'm absolutely smashing it. I turn around and there's another list behind me, and I'm like, what the hell? So yeah, not necessarily intense in terms of the people or anything like that, but the intensity of the volume of my work has been crazy. That is coming from the Pluto energy. It's gearing up. You've got, at this point, it's the 8th of the month. So you've got about 12 days left. And then that's it. Pluto comes out of Capricorn and leaves for good. But Venus coming into this sign as the natural ruler of Libra and of Taurus is bringing a decidedly easier energy to this space in your chart. So if it's coming into your 10th house, asleep by nine, this could be doing wonders for your career. And I will say this means that the next 4 weeks you're likely to be that much more visible. So if there's something that you want or you need, especially where you need to appeal to an authority figure, 10th house, this is the time to ask for it, right? Anytime from the 12th of November onwards, this is a really good time to go for it. Radiant Angel, hi Ray, lovely to have you. I'll be seeing you, is it this evening or tomorrow, I believe? No, that's December. See what I mean? Losing it, losing it. Third house Capricorn. If there's something that requires a conversation and Venus is moving through your third house, you have effectively the golden tongue for the next 4 weeks. This is a really good time to ask for what you want or what you need. So lovely, right? Mackenzie Boyd says, yep, makes more sense. Cap in my second house. Yeah, right. So watch out for that sweet tooth, but also watch out for the wonderful gifts that can come your way as well. They could be monetary gifts, could be a little boost or a bonus from work. It could be that money just flows that much easier, especially if you've got your own business, right? Like all things to consider. That's a little bit of a conflict, Ray. We've got the Lacuna tomorrow. So, do you see what I mean? It's just everything seems to be crashing into each other at the minute. Okay, so that's Tuesday. As we come into Wednesday, she's going to move through, so and is going to continue on her way to squaring both of the nodes, right? So when a planet is at the bendings of the nodes, or when it's squaring the nodes, it's setting up effectively a T-square, right? So what this means is Venus in Capricorn is your way through. So certainly from Wednesday onwards, because at 2 degrees, she's then 3 degrees away from the exact square to the nodes, and then Thursday and Friday, right? So it's just going to intensify as we go through the week. That Venus is truthfully the way forward, right? You want to find a way to be a bit more diplomatic, to bring more harmony to that Capricorn area of your chart, but also to know that the Libran area of your chart and the Aries part of your chart are probably going to be asking for things from you, and the way forward is to do what Venus does. She blends things together. She finds a diplomatic solution. So wherever Aries and Libra are in your chart and in your life sectors, they might be pulling at you over the course of this week ahead, and Venus is the way forward. You've got to find a practical, structured, regulated, maybe even regimented, but a disciplined way. That's the Capricorn energy to find harmony, diplomacy, and also to use your gift of the gab, to use your talents and your skills in a practical, grounded, disciplined, determined way in order for you to really stave off whatever the effects of those nodes are in Libra and Aries, right? So wherever those nodes are in your chart, Libra and Aries, they're going to pull at you this week. They're going to try to pull you in different directions. And Venus says, no, no, darling, I'm a lady. We are diplomatic, graceful, and poised. That's what Venus says, right? And she's in the sign of Capricorn. So she's got like her pencil skirt on. She's got that really tight sort of, blouse on that's just unbuttoned enough to keep all of the boys in the office like totally fixated. She's got, her hair's straight down. She's very focused. She's got horn-rimmed glasses on. She's got like those heels that she's about to break some hearts up in this building when she says, I'm married. Can we get back to the work at hand, please? Why? Because she's got a clipboard in hand and she's ticking things off. This is a Venus that means business. Do you understand me? Okay. This is a Venus that knows what she's doing. She knows what she wants. And more importantly, she's got her eye on the prize. So, wherever Aries and Libra are in your chart, they're going to pull at you. But Venus says no. We've got a list. We're going from A to B to C, and that is how we're going to do it, right? She commands the room and the respect, but she does it in a way that's still Venusian. All right. So look good while you're kicking butt. That's kind of what that says to me. So not the time to quit my job. Um, if you have another job to go to, you may be able to negotiate something better for yourself from the job that you have. But you've only got 4 weeks to wrap this up. That may be a better way for you to go. All right. So, to get into the cards, because I'm going to need to wrap this up early today, I apologize. We have the first card is your love magnet. So I'm going to give these a little shuffle. When you are ready, please, please, please let me know when to stop. Laurelberg says pending promotion that was brought to me. That is fantastic. Yes, absolutely. All the positive vibes. Thank you, Asleep by Nine. Just seen that. Awesome, awesome, awesome stuff. All right, stop. Thank you very much. So we've got the King of Cups, which is the love magnet. So when it comes to love, relationship, partnership this week, if you are single, You're being asked to really think about your emotional and creative self and to bring that forward, right? If you are partnered, married, or in a long-term commitment, whatever it is that your partner, whatever it is that you have felt like you have intuitively needed to ask or say to your partner, the King of Cups is basically saying to you, say it. Stop holding on to it, stop trying to speculate, and just ask them. The answer may surprise you, but it might actually be one that you are pleasantly surprised by. For those of you that are widowed or widowered, first of all, I'm really sorry for your loss. But the King of Cups is saying, now that you've done the thought and the healing process, maybe, just maybe, it's time to start thinking about bringing somebody else back into your life, even if it's just for companionship, maybe not necessarily for like a full-on relationship. And for those of you that are divorced and or separating, this actually does suggest that you might be able to find a much more diplomatic way forward over the course of this week, providing you keep your emotions in check. For our creative spark this week, we have the Judgment card, right? So, what's really interesting is when you think about the nodes represent fated energies, right? Things that are outside of our control, things that kind of either just show up or just disappear. And the Judgment card is really a call to action, but it's also a deep knowing in your soul about what you know and how you can use that in application. So when it comes to your creativity this week, if you come up with an idea, and I think all of us are going to in some way, shape, or form, I had mine this morning. Um, I told you it's been an intense morning already. Um, and I literally did just have this idea this morning. It's so crazy. So what this tells me is over the course of this week, you will have an idea of some sort that will be a call to action, and you've just got to follow it, right? That creative spark in you is going to fire, and it's going to fire hot and bright this week. Follow it. Venus is a creative and generative principle, so utilize her energy in that way, especially as she comes into that Capricorn sphere. The third card is the harmony booster, right? So this is about how you bring more harmony and clarity into your world or into your life. And it's through the devil card. So the message behind this is, and what's really funny is the devil card is Capricorn. Right. So what this means is when it comes to bringing harmony and diplomacy and bringing more of that and the pleasure into your life, you really need to start thinking in a Capricornian way. This is, remember the devil card in its positive guise. This is where we get that really healthy obsession where we say, you know what, I'm going to hold to this. I'm going to fix to this because this is the right way forward. This is you tapping into that Venus, right? Using that. So when it comes to going to give this a good shuffle. Uh, the grouping of the elements. Just say when or stop. I'm missing the Taurus garden. Where is she? She always says para in Spanish. All right. Christina Pitcher says double down on that pencil skirt and clipboard. You know it, you know it. Or in our case, for the gents among us, our pinstripes and our, our slacks and a shirt, right? That's just unbuttoned enough with that amazing aftershave that has everyone going, who's that? All right. So for the fire signs among you, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, you have the Knight of Swords. So one thing that I will say to you is this is a fast and furious card. Um, Capricorn is not a fast and furious energy. And so I will say this week it's possible that there might be some kind of challenge with a oh my gosh, the Taurus garden, she's here. Hey, mama. Hello, hello, hello. What I will say to you is for those of you that are fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, the Knight of Swords, it can be a fast, aggressive communication energy. And so you're being asked this week, especially because Venus is going to come into a sign of authority figures, Be mindful of your interaction with authority figures over the course of this coming week, especially as she moves through that square to the nodes, right? You don't want to do or say something that you can't undo. Although the fire signs tend to have the ability to talk themselves into and out of just as much trouble. So hopefully you'll be all right. The other thing that I want to say, oh my God, sorry. See what I mean? It's been a mad morning. One of the things that my brain is already frazzled, and it's not even 1 o'clock. Um, for the fire signs among you, you have the Knight of Swords. Air signs, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, you got the Ten of Cups. Use it or lose it, right? This is home, it's abundance, and it's blessing so much that you can share, right? This is some kind of blessing that comes in for you that is so much amplified that you're able to share it with the people that you love. I will say one of the best ways for you to tap into this Venusian energy this week is to really think about what you can share. And it doesn't have to be money. It doesn't have to be a resource. It could be a shoulder to cry on. It could be, um, do you know what I mean? Like there's so many ways that you could work with this. But what I will say is think about what you can give, whether that's your time, whether it's a resource, whether it's a book. It doesn't have to always be monetary, right? It's just giving something that you really, what's the word? Yeah, giving something that really truly comes from the heart. So if you're an air sign this week, blessings are coming to you, and it's really important that you distribute them around. All right. For the water signs among you, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, you've got the Six of Pentacles. Again, same similar kind of message. The thing with the Six of Pentacles, though, I've found that this very often accompanies either the repaying of debts, and sometimes they are what I would call like karmic debts. So I wouldn't be surprised, like if there's something that you have been waiting for to come back at you, if there's something that you put out a long time ago, you might have even forgotten about this. Usually the Six of Pentacles will be where something comes back to you that you've already put out into the world. Another way that you could see this as well is doing some kind of charitable act this week. So really interesting that you and the air signs have got a similar message. And then finally, for the earth signs among you, you have the chariot card. So last but never least, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. The chariot is another fast and furious energy. It's really interesting that we've got like a almost like a dual message, because the cards that we've picked for all four of the elements, the two on the outside, so the fire signs and the earth signs, have cards that are fast, furious. They do give a little bit of a warning to say slow down. You've got time to do everything. And then the two cards in the middle basically speak to some level of charity or charitable giving. So if you're an earth sign with the chariot, it basically says, good stuff ahead. The chariot is a victory and success card. And because it comes into the sign of Capricorn, Venus comes into Capricorn this week, you are able to access this energy that much easier. It's sending, at least from a whole sign perspective, depending on what planets you've got in your earth signs as well, it's sending a whole sign trine to your Capricorn placement, right? So this is really, really nice for you. That being said, it looks like an interesting week with the Venetian stuff going on. Um, it's an interesting point, and definitely one that needs much expansion for sure. Mackenzie, it's an interesting consideration, but that, as you've put it, no, I'm sorry, I'd have to disagree in a few ways. There's a few things about your statement that I would really want to pick apart and put back together in some ways. Thank you for sharing, though. Much appreciated. With that said, have a fantastic weekend, guys. I wish you all of the best. Thank you so much, so much, so much for being here. For all of you that are here in the comments right now, for those of you that are watching after the fact, remember to share it with somebody. Remember to put it out there. Please don't forget to smash that like button. I appreciate you guys so much. Stay tuned. There's lots of amazing good things to come. And I'm finally just nearing the point where I'm finishing all of it and can bring it to you. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Go out there and be who you are destined to be. Take